Where is the sun in how many degrees? 10 degrees, 11th degree of Virgo, right? So, he will be born in which tithi?
Ekadashi.
Ekadashi. So, he should be born in Ekadashi, right? But that's not right. So, we got an error over there. What to do? The simple rule says that take the degrees, the standard rule given in all texts, say take the degrees of the sun. Believe me, it rarely works. But the sun is in Leo. There's no problem. In the Prashna chart, we take the degrees of the sun. How many tithis are there in a month?
30.
30 tithis, right? 15 in each half. So you take the degrees of the sun. If the sun is in 11 degrees, it will show the 11th tithi. Simple rule. There are 30 degrees in a sign. The 30 degrees are mapped into the 30 tithis. That is one of the methods. And this method works when normally, when there is a Ayana and Masa matching. Ayana and Ritu match. Here Ayana Ritu did not match. So these degrees will not work. Okay, now, so I have to teach you the second method. Okay, Vishti.
Well, I was in the same jam when I asked you this. And you gave a very simple answer. The sun is the Karaka for Lagna. So check the Lagna Lord's degrees.
Okay, we can take the Lagna Lord's degrees. So maybe the dictum of the Maharishis had a twist in it. You see, the Maharishis always have a habit of twisting and giving it to the good fishes. So let's see the Lagna Lord. Lagna Lord is what? Saturn. Is it?
Saturn or Rahu?
Rahu. Rahu. Is it? Rahu is in how many degrees? Is it 7 or 8?
8th.
8 degrees. So you think it could be Ashtami? Oh yes.
But then is it Sukla Paksha or Krishna Paksha?
How will you tell that?
In the old days, they used to start from, what's it called? Suklanta.
Shuklanta.
So that is, the month would start at the end of Sukla Paksha.
Full moon. It will start from the full moon.
Yeah.
So when you are using the Lord of Lagna, take the full moon. It's so many days from full moon. So that is in the dark half. It is Ashtami in the dark half.
Are we taking Rahu because it's with more planets?
It's the Atma Karaka.
It's not more.
Sufficient. Okay? So the Tithi is 8. Shall we check the chart that we made? Okay, we have got the date, Ashtami. So based upon this date, we got all the planetary positions. Now, having got the planetary positions and we have found out the date of birth also, the next natural step is to find out whether he was born in the daytime or the night time. And how do we do that?
When would you take it as Shukla Paksha? I didn't get that part.
When the degrees is more than 30, 15. Okay. Now, we have found out the day. We have got the date of birth. Next question is whether he was born in the day or in the night time. How to find out? If the Prashna Lagna is a night strong sign, he was born in the day. If the Prashna Lagna is a day strong sign, he was born in the night. Reverse. Reverse engineering always works. So, here the Lagna is a day strong sign. So that means Krishna was born in the night time. Shall we check whether we got night time? Yes, he was born in the night. Does it show night birth?
Yes.
Now what are the three options of the ascendant that I had? Taurus, Virgo or Capricorn. Virgo and Capricorn are in the day. Taurus is in the night. I have no option but to take Taurus as the Lagna. So this is Krishna's chart and it is right.
There's also technique to figure out where Saturn was at the time of birth.
Yeah, there are so many other things. I have walked you through a certain Prashna method. Go through the CD once, twice more. Go through it step by step. Take one case, try to work it out yourself, and then you will be able to get the steps. Then you will, after getting these basic steps, then we talk of refining the methods. Unless you know the basic, this is the basic step. I can't talk of refined methods. Okay? Yeah.
The Lagna Lord we taken as Rahu. Why haven't we taken Saturn?
You tell me why.
Can you put the question?
Yeah. Tell me why.
So is it because we taken as Rahu is Atmakaraka?
All right. Atmakaraka will dominate over everything else. Okay. So in this manner, you can find out lost horoscopy. Most of the time, people have the dates of birth. Most of the time, people have the dates of birth. You don't have to do all this. What you are required to find out often is whether the person is born in the day or night, or sometimes it's a border, whether this lagna or that lagna. So what is more important is, when you cast the chart, note the Navamsha Lagna carefully. The Navamsha Lagna will give you an indication of what the Lagna will be at the time of birth. Save the Prashna chart. The Prashna chart which you make for every horoscope. When you give the chart, give also the Prashna chart with it. So that if there is any doubt, you can always refer back to the Prashna. Because the Prashna will not be wrong. You may have gone wrong in your calculations, but the Prashna will not be wrong. Yeah.
Do you just print out a Prashna at the same time that you're preparing to print out the birth chart, or when do you do that Prashna? Like
Normally what I do in the US is whenever somebody gives me, especially when I'm doing somebody who's slightly old, I make a Prashna if I'm having any doubt. Most of the time I make a Prashna chart. Any reading that I do, I make a Prashna chart.
but what is the moment that you make that Prashna chart?
When the person is coming for the reading, at that time.
For
I
the
mean
time of the appointment?
Yeah. No, they have to meet me.
Yeah.
When often it happens that I forget to make it. And then sometimes 15 or 20 minutes later I remember, oh, I should make a Prashna chart. I make it for the time I remember to make it.
Okay. So you make it right then?
Right then. It's always right now
I'm
for
making
me.
Prashna chart.
My time right now.
Right.
My time, my station right now is Prashna time. I cannot make a Prashna chart for future. Like somebody once asked me, I am going to have an appointment 3 days from now, so I am making a Prashna chart 3 days from now for so and so time and I want to study it. This is absurd. You should have made the Prashna for the right now moment. That was the moment you should have made the Prashna for, not 3 days from now. Because that is the Prashna. Prashna means right now. The very fact that you had a desire to make a Prashna chart shows that the desire is the guna by which you are manifesting the person.
So, when you say you should ask a maximum of 5 questions only,
I didn't say you ask. You can ask 500 questions. Jyotish should not answer more than 5.
I see, okay. So, you will take the same timing for all answering all the 5
Yes,
questions? Or
yes. 5 primary questions.
I see.
Each of the 5 primary can have many secondaries. Secondary questions should be answered. There are so many allied questions often. Somebody wants to have an election. Should I have a partnership with this person, that person? Should I do this? Should I do that? Should I start the campaign on so and so date? So many allied questions are there. All allied questions come under one question.
So if you're not sure about the year of birth, you have to figure out where Saturn is then. Or Jupiter?
Jupiter. Jupiter will give you a rough indication of which is the year of birth. But normally you will not come across these things. I will tell you, in the last 5 or 7 years, I have barely come across 2 charts where I had to do this.
I have a lot of people that don't even know what year they're born. Because
Oh, really? Send them to me.
Chinese.
They use the Chinese New Year?
No, they were born in China. They didn't have records.
Yes, that was prohibited in China.
And Tibet, yeah.
Yeah, China, Tibet, most of Germany, all the communist countries they
Do
were.
we know within,
They purposely did it to finish astrology. Communists hate Jyotish. And I also hate communists.
Do you have a chart of someone who asks when they're going to get a job?
Somebody has asked a Prashna of when they're going to get a job. Let's take a look.
Because that's a common question.
Birth of children Prashna. I thought something more important I'm going to do. So have you understood this? Yeah. I want to finish this before I go on to next. No. Aquarius is a day strong sign. So the reverse engineering, night birth. Yeah. Later, I will explain the philosophy why this is done. There is a reason for this why. There is a everything that I have taught has a clear philosophy and Jyotish principle behind it. Someday I'll explain it, why I am doing all this. And that time you really enjoy it. It's a beautiful system. Okay, now, so you all know we have gone through the rectification, right? Now, I want to throw a Prashna right now and ask you, what is Lakshmi's Lagna? Make a Prashna right now. You okay? Okay. Right. How many people asked for Navamsha? Nitin asked. Who else? Good, Tara. Good. I like, this is what I like. I suddenly felt like knowing about Lakshmi's future and her thing. What's her Lagna? I just want to know. So we are getting Taurus over here. Is this right or wrong? Is it San Jose or Sunnyvale? Are you sure? Mm-hmm. You think this is right? Why? Is the Navamsha Lagna matching with her Lagna? Her Lagna, she says, could be either Cancer or it could be a Gemini. So what does the Prashna tell me? I cannot reply to this question right now. You get the point?
Why?
Because the Navamsha Lagna is not matching the Lagna. It either Cancer or Gemini should be in one of these three signs, which is her doubt. That means right now, see, the important principle about Prashna is the Navamsha Lagna must match the Lagna, or at least the 7th house should match the Lagna. If it does not, that means right now is not the time where this question is to be answered. It is a no from the stars. No, they will not give an answer now. Leave it. So you must know when to say no. This is how it is. I obey this very strictly.
But you only know to say no in this case because you know that it's either Gemini or Cancer.
Very often it could happen that there is a doubt like that. Most of the time there's a doubt like that in the birth times. Birth times are not off by 2 hours or 3 hours.
Do it for my Lagna. Libra.
Naturally, if we do it for you right now, this will come and the 7th from that is your Lagna. That is why you wanted to do it for yours. Because this...
So I'm not Libra.
You are not Libra.
No, you're right.
That means here the second question. Or
Pardon?
wouldn't that be taken as a second?
No, but he thought of somebody and then said, do it for me. That means the moment right now is matching his Lagna. And it is, because his Lagna is Scorpio. This moment was basically, in fact, I wanted to pick up somebody
Well, I'm actually sitting beside her.
I really was thinking of somebody, and you saw I hesitated. And yeah.
Can we do a question on who will win the elections over here, Bush or Kerry?
We can do it.
Yeah, let's do that. We'll push when the election.
Let's do that.
Okay, let's do it.
Now we take the moon as one.
That was the second question, right? So the second question was whether Bush will win the, what is the question? Whether Bush or Kerry who will win the election, right? Now let's see the Rashi chart. Note the question very carefully. Whether Bush or Kerry will win the election. You are asking, right?
But that's not a yes or no.
What is your Lagna?
My Lagna is Gemini.
Gemini. Let's see the Navamsha. The Prashnakarta is not to be answered now. You see the point? The Navamsha Lagna should match with your Lagna. Otherwise, the question that is coming in your mind cannot be answered right now. Pardon? If I don't know what the person's Lagna is, it is very simple. It is one of these three. But when I know that the Lagna is one of these two, then this it cannot be. Then I know that it has to be one of these three. Get the idea? Either I have a limited time or I don't have any information at the time of starting. Based upon that, I make a prayer and I open the chart, Prashna. And when I make the Prashna, it will come. Yeah.
So most people in this part of the world won't have an accurate enough birth time so you know the lugna. So you can use that Prashna Navamsa to rectify their Navamsa lugna.
No.
No?
Prashna Navamsha. See, I'll be very clear about certain things about Prashna now. Whenever you are making a Prashna for any individual person, the Navamsha is indicating the past of the person. The entire past from birth till the moment. The Rashi chart is indicating the future from now for a period of 1 year. And the Dreshkana chart is indicating the future from 1 year till death. Clear? 3 charts are very important in Prashna. Navamsha, the past, Rashi, the present, and Dreshkana, the future. Am I clear on that? So, here, if I were to take the, let us see, let me open a particular Prashna of that. Let us say those women Prashna. Those, this one. Yeah. Was it this? Yep. What happened in the past? Details of the past about that lady you can tell from the Navamsha. So, it was about her friend. So, take the 11th house as the Lagna of the friend and tell me the entire past, everything about the past. Let us see. Make the 11th house as Lagna. Now, tell me, what is the past history of this case? Mercury in the 7th house, Sun and Rahu with Mercury in the 7th house. I mean, do I have to give a detailed description of that eclipse? Do you see how much of confusion is there over here? Rahu and the Sun. And do you see the Mercury in the 7th house? Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if this applies, but I was looking at the 11th house and the 3rd house in this particular case. I'm using wrong principles for this chart, I'm sure.
Tell me, how will I know whether it is right or wrong unless I hear them?
Last year, remember when she was teaching about checking a person's sexual orientation, and in this particular chart, the woman who's asking the questions, her pattern shows that she's homosexual.
No, not the person who is asking.
That may be
The
wrong.
person who is asking is from here.
Oh,
So, that is why I took here.
girlfriend then,
Yeah.
who's homosexual.
Both of them are. She and her partner. This is the ascendant. Okay, go back. She's getting confused. Okay, now tell. This is her friend. Her 7th house is having Mercury, Sun and Rahu. Which of these 3 is strongest over here? Rahu has eclipsed the Sun. It is gone. Mercury blooms. So, definitely she is homosexual. Yes. She is. Can you tell me whether this friend is the male partner or the female partner?
Let me see, 6, 7, 8.
If Mercury is in the 7th house, it will be the female partner. If Saturn is in the 7th house, it's the male partner. I mean the king and the queen.
So then that was appropriate to use that to assess it.
Yes, of course. Yes.
Could you repeat that a little bit about the male and the female? Mercury and Saturn?
Mercury is a female eunuch. Saturn is a male eunuch. What they call a king and a queen. Am I right about the terminology?
More or less. You don't even live in U.S. and you're ahead of us.
Somebody has been giving me some lessons on this because I was quite confused once and somebody gave me some lessons. And no. In India we don't even, where everything falls under one category, you can't talk about it.
Classified.
No, no, no. It's fine. But then I have to talk. The thing is, if we don't talk about it, how will you ever know?